This is my son Peter. He's agreed to do my second assessment with me on the condition there's no yogic beardy weirdy stuff, otherwise he will just fall apart laughing. So bear with me, we'll do our best. So we're going to start in standing and we're going to come into the mountain pose. So what I'd like you to do is, if possible, bring your feet together, big toes together, heels together, and activate the long arch of your foot down the inside, the joining edge of your feet. Then lift your toes and try and spread them apart, lovely, and then place them back down again, making as much contact with the floor as you can. Try and balance your weight between the front of your foot and the back of your foot, so you're not aware of the weight being in one place more than another. It's nice and even across the whole foot. And you're going to lift up through your legs, have a gentle knee. It doesn't want to be jammed back, but it doesn't want to be really soggy either. Just a nice gentle knee, nice upright knee, coming up through your hips. Activate and slightly tuck underneath your tailbone, so you're activating your mula bandha, that's your pelvic floor muscles. Lifting up through your chest and your shoulders to make sure there's lots of distance between your shoulders and your ears. And then let your arms hang and relax down, your hands pointing forwards. Let your gaze soften and become more gentle. And close your eyes if that feels comfortable. If you're not comfortable with your eyes closed, then keep your eyes open. And if you're not comfortable with your feet together, you can step them slightly apart. But if you are comfortable with your eyes closed, close your eyes, and then we're going to do an ujjayi breath in and out. So that's just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, trying to open up the back of your throat so that you hear a gentle noise. It's a shushing noise, a bit like the waves on a pebbly beach. So it sounds a little bit like this. Because you're standing close to me, you might hear it. Okay, too yogic. We're going to get the giggles. Just a couple of breaths. Okay. Just relax now, and we're going to do a roll down to get to the floor. So what we're going to do, there are 7 cervical vertebrae. So I'd like you to think about your neck first, and we're just going to tuck your chin in and try and feel each individual bone as we count down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you end up with your chin on your chest. Then we're going to work through the 12 middle back vertebrae, that's your thoracic spine, and we're going to keep rolling, trying to make ourselves like a snail shell, curling around. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep some activity in your bottom muscles so you don't go into your lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going to come up again. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then your neck. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and lead with the crown of your head, keeping your chin nicely tucked in. Okay, now we're going to go down all the way. So again, it's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin on your chest. Now, middle back. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the 5 lumbar vertebrae, that's the bottom of your back. So try not to let your hips slide out as you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's okay, that's as far as you get, that's okay, that's no problem. If you let your hips just go, you might just flop forwards.
Oh, no, I will.
Okay, so that's fine. So now we're going to come down onto our mat and into 4-point kneeling. So you're just on your hands and knees. And you want to make a nice box shape. So you want to be square. So your hands want to be underneath your shoulders and your knees want to be underneath your hips. So just bring your hips back, that's great. Now if you're able to, and you're finding this a bit tough because you use a keyboard a lot, you want to get as much contact with the palm of your hand on the floor as you possibly can. So you're making it as flat as you can and flattening your hands onto the floor. Okay? Now try and turn your elbows in to face the forwards. So you're going to take them out and around in a circle, point them forwards and straighten them. That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Okay, now can you go back and look at your hands and try and squash those fingers into the floor again? So you're getting nice active arms. Lovely. Now we're going to think about that mula bandha, the pelvic floor muscles again, because your back has arched slightly, so you're going to try and tuck. Yes! So if you had a tray of drinks and you put it on your low back, it would stay there and it wouldn't slush anywhere. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a gentle cat-cow from that position. So keep your fingers nice and spread. Try and keep them nice and flat. I know it's hard for you. Keep your elbows pointing forwards. And then what we're going to do is just let your tummy sag down and let your head lift up, but keeping your chin in line. So you're not leading with your chin. You lift it. That's it. Perfect. And then we're going to reverse. And we're going to tuck your chin to your chest like you did as you rolled down. And you're going to look towards your tummy and try and tuck your tummy and your pelvis towards your head. So you're really tucking your tailbone under and really arching. Okay, so that's the movement. So we're going from here to here. And we're going to do that with the breath. So we're going to breathe in and look up. And we're going to breathe out and tuck under. And breathe in and look up. And breathe out and tuck under. And one more, breathe in and look up, not with your chin, just with your eyes. And breathe out and tuck under. Lovely. And come back to centre. And from this position, try again. Remember to bring your elbows forwards. Spread your fingers if you can. Lovely. And squash those fingers to the floor.
I'm trying.
I know, that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the weight off your right hand and take it through your left hand. And then we're going to reach your right hand forwards and try and get your arm, the top of your arm, to brush through past your ear. Great. Hang on to your tummy muscles. Hang on to all your core muscles. That's language he'll understand. And then slide your left foot back and up in the air, so you're trying to make a nice straight line. Try and control that dip, that left elbow, try and keep the tension in your left elbow. That's perfect, well done. Okay, great, and then bring it back down, and we're going to repeat on the other side. Okay, so taking the weight into your right hand, keeping that right hand nice and stable. Spread those fingers if you can. Lovely. Keep the weight stable, take that left arm up, by your ear, don't drop your ear to your hand, try and bring your arm to your ear, that's lovely. And then you're going to slide your right foot back and up in the air. Trying to keep everything nice and stable and locked. Try not to have any wriggle going on. Lovely, keep an eye on, keep an eye on that right elbow, keep an eye on that right hand. Well done, good, and come down, that's quite hard. Alright, we'll do a rest now. So take your knees as wide as your mat. And anytime you're finding anything too difficult, you can always come back to this posture. Keep your arms reaching forwards. Drop your bottom back between your feet. That's it. Lovely. And reach forwards. Okay, I'm going to just give you a nice block so that you can rest your head, your forehead onto there. That's better. And then while you're there, just try and let this area of your back drop through your chest. Keep your arms reaching forwards and keep the movement coming back, so that you're still trying to reach back through here and reach forwards through here and dropping down through there. I'm not asking much really.
You know, I can do that as well, rotate my shoulder down.
Okay, no, that's lovely. Well done. Okay, but that's a resting posture.
Resting.
That's a look only a mother gets. Right, okay. Lovely. From there...
So rested.
You're so rested. Let me just check where I'm going to now. Okay. Well done. Keep. That's lovely. Now we're going to come forwards onto your hands and knees again. And this time what we're going to do is lift your feet up so that you can tuck your toes underneath. I find this difficult on my My toes are very stiff these days from my operations. Okay, so you want a sort of a fist width between your knees. Lovely. And again, try and be nice and square with bum over knees, shoulders over hands. And then what we're going to do is staying up on your toes, we're going to push through your feet to lift your bottom high up in the air. And then you're going to rock yourself backwards, keeping the height and trying to keep a tight bottom, nice pointy bottom, come backwards.
The hamstrings ain't gonna happen.
That's all right, you can move your feet slightly if you need to make it more comfortable. Doesn't matter if your knees are bent, and it doesn't matter if your feet are up in the air. The most important thing is that your back is straight. So come down again and we'll try again.
Okay.
All right, so you're just going to, again, think about your hands being nice and flat. Place the flat of your hand to the floor. That's great. And then you're in 4-point kneeling, toes tucked underneath. You want to watch me? Toes tucked underneath. You're going to take your weight in your hands, keep the weight forwards in your hands as you lift your bottom high towards the ceiling. Keep the height through your toes. Then you start to bring your toes down. Don't be rude, you're being recorded. And your ears should be scraping your arms. That's it, lovely. All right, just try and relax here a little bit. Okay, that's great. Your bent knee is fine. Now what you could do for try and keep those elbows working, pointing forwards. Try and keep those hands nice and flat. And then just gently take one heel towards the floor. Just stretch out the back. Yes, lovely. And then the other heel. And relax this one. So you like walking. That's lovely. And come back. And again. That's super. All right, come back to the center. Keep breathing. Don't forget to be breathing nice and consistently all the time. Come back onto your hands and knees. Come back, put your knees wide, come back onto your hands and knees. Let your head rest down and let your arms come behind you this time into a full child's pose and really have a rest, because that's quite hard, isn't it? Lovely. Just have a quick check of the notes while you're in child's pose.
Does my butt look big in this?
All right, just have a couple of breaths. Then we're going to go up into downward dog, but I won't hold you there this time. We're going to use it to move through into a different position. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so when you're ready, when you've done your few breaths, we'll come back into 4-point kneeling. Knees underneath hips, feet directly behind your knees, hands underneath your shoulders, fingers spread. Trying to flatten them to the floor. I know.
I'm trying.
Okay, tuck your toes underneath you. Keep the weight forwards in the posture in your hands. Come forwards onto your hands as you lift your bottom high into the air, as high as you can. Keeping that weight forwards. Then gradually bring the weight back into your heels. Soft knees. That's lovely. Just have a breath or two in the pose, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice ujjayi breathing. And then what we're going to do is come forwards, almost like a plank in your language. So we're going to come forwards onto our hands, let our hips drop down to the mat, and then lower down. Lovely, well done.
This one's more restful.
Okay, if we can shuffle back a bit so we stay on camera. Sorry, this isn't ideal. Alright, so from here, we're going to do a cobra position. And I'd like you just to start with your hands in line with your eyes. So your thumb, when you put your hand down, your thumb is in line with your eyes. Your arms want to be tucked into your sides, but your hands into your eyes. You want to activate your legs so that your knees are actually coming off. So although you can have your feet flat, but you want active legs so that you're not, that's it, not necessarily that high, you don't have to be on your toes, But if you relax your feet, have you got enough room to relax your feet? That's it. So you're actually activating through your, that's lovely. So keep that activity going in your legs. Keep your hands just at eye level, pushing through the floor, and we're just going to arch up. And just as far as you're comfortable with your bottom staying in contact, or your front of your pelvis staying in contact with the floor. Remember to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice ujjayi breath, in and out through your nose. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep those arms tucked in as much as you can to your sides. That's lovely. Keep those hands working and in touch with the floor. Lovely. Well done. And relax down. Okay, and then we're going to try another thing in this position, which I think you might find easier, perversely. So we're going to stay with our foreheads down. I'm going to reach forwards with our right hand and then our left hand. So we're going to activate our bottom, tuck the front of your pelvis into the floor, so you're pushing into the floor, and then you're going to raise your right hand and your head floats up and lower down. And then try your left leg, floating up and lower down. And try your right leg, floating up and lower down. Keep activity in your mula bandha, so your pelvic floor, so that your bottom isn't swinging around as you're doing this. It just all stays nice and steady. That's lovely. Nice straight leg, working through it, really stretching through. And what we're going to do now is raise alternate. So right arm, left leg, float your head up as you come up. That's lovely. Really reaching through the middle finger of that right hand and out through the middle toe of your left foot. So you're really stretching through. That's lovely. So really stretching back on this side. Lovely. And relax down. Keep breathing. Remember to breathe. Now we're going to do the same with left hand, right leg. Okay, so I'm just going to come forwards this time. I'm just going to gently, if it's okay, just give you a little tug through here so you really feel the pull. Right hand, left leg. Well done. And come back down. Okay, lovely. So from there, if you'd like to just come back into your resting pose, you can choose between being in the arm forward child pose, or if you prefer to put your arms back child pose. And would you like your block back?
I'm okay.
You're okay. That's lovely. Just have a couple of breaths in that position. A nice couple of breaths.
The other one was way more relaxing.
I find this relaxing. But
Yeah, but you're a psychopath.
Okay. Right, we're going to come back up into our hands and knees, bringing knees in line. And then we're going to step your foot towards your hands and just hold it there. That's lovely. And what I'd like you to do, just keep a soft knee as you straighten up. I'm going to turn slightly sideways so you can see. So keeping a gentle knee, as much as you can manage. It doesn't matter if you're here, just a soft knee. I'd like you to link your hands and just let the weight of your hands drop you towards the floor. And then we're just going to do a gentle twist to the right and a gentle twist to the left. Breathing all the time, nice ujjayi breath. To the right and to the left. And then pause in the middle. Change the cross of your arms. Yes, lovely. And then we're going to do the same again. So right and left and right and left. Lovely. Now let your hands drop. Take your hands to your hips. That's lovely. Try and straighten through your knees as much as you're able to. And this time we're going to lift with a straight back. So you're going to try and keep the length through your chest as you lift up and come up nice and straight. Lovely. So you're standing and we're back in mountain pose. If we just take a step back so we make sure we're still on camera. So remembering that mountain pose is nice active feet toes together if you're able to. You can be slightly further apart if that's more comfortable. But if you're able to, then it's great to do toes together, nice active toes, spread toes, put down, the active arch of your foot, lifting through your legs and thighs, tucking your tailbone under, activating your mula bandha, lifting your chest, breathing nice and freely, shoulders back and down and drop, let those hands point forwards, nice deep breath. For 2 breaths. If you can soften your eyes and close your eyes, so much the better. 2 breaths in this position. Okay, now, you might notice there's a difference in how you feel between the start of the class and now when you stand in this position.
Yeah, now I'm more tired.
You might notice that your breathing rate has changed and that your heart rate has changed. Just useful to recognise these things. Okay, we're going to just do a little standing posture. So what I'd like you to do is thinking about the weight in your feet. Take the weight over to your left foot and lighten your right foot on the floor, keeping all the activity of the mountain pose through your left side. While you lighten your right foot on the floor, if you just want to look, that's great. And then we're just going to put it on the side of the foot. And that's it. Okay, and balance for a couple of breaths if that's possible. Okay, now what you want to make sure you do is keep this hip moving in towards the other one. Yes, good. All right, you don't want, if I come around in front of you, you don't want, as you lift up, for this hip to drop out. So you need to keep this hip activated so that it tucks right in. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That easy?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. If that's easy, open your chest.
No, it's very hard. No, don't make this harder.
And just lift your arms. If it's still easy, you can go right overhead, but the ceiling's not high enough for you. So ideally you'd have straight arms and you'd reach up, but we're a bit compromised. Okay, then bring your arms down and bring your foot down, and we'll repeat on the other side. Okay, side-by-side teaching is harder than face-to-face, it has to be said. Okay, so this time come back to your mountain pose. So reset again, from the floor up. Nice wide toes, nice connected feet, nice active thighs, bottom tucked, mula bandha, chest up, chin in. Lovely. Breathing nice and relaxed, but in and out through your nose. Hands pointing forwards. Take the weight gently onto your right foot. Bring your left foot up and place it on your left inner calf. And balance for a couple of breaths. If you find the balance slightly difficult, then use your drishti, which is the gaze of your eye. Focus on a point just in front. It can be anything, and not in the wood on the floor or anything. And just gaze at that point to help you gain your balance. That's called your drishti in yogic terms. Okay, and then you can take your arms up, as we did on the other side. Take it as far as you can. That's lovely. Try and get your arms to scrape your ears if you're able to, if you've got enough height.
That ain't happening.
Okay, and then bring your arms down and bring your foot down. It's all about control. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much.